Hello and thank you for watching. In a previous video, I showed how to build this Horde base step by step, which you can find in a link in the description below. In this video, we'll be putting this base to the test against a day 700 Horde. Let's see how it holds up. Welcome back to anybody who has checked out the previous video, to anybody just watching this one here. By all means, you can check out that previous video by looking in the description for the link below, or skipping ahead for a quick tour in the chapters section. So, first off, I'd like to point out a few changes that were made. The first one being this center structure right here. So this wasn't in the first video. It's just basically comprised of a few plates and bars, and all this will do is basically buy you time to get into the main structure if you died on Horde Night. So if you died on Horde Night and your bed rolls down in the basement, what will happen is you come up here, and if zombies start pathing towards you, it'll take them a few seconds to kind of chew through this, so it'll buy you some time to climb up into the base. And once you're up this ladder, they'll stop pathing towards here and then continue on their original path. The next thing I did was add ladders to all of the ramps here, and that's just to kind of deter the zombies from attacking these blocks if they fell off here. So they'll either climb the ladder or path back around the stairs and up their original path. Okay, and the last change I made, which actually I pointed out in the previous video as well, had to do with this block right here. So this one is the concrete 0.25 meter cube. So if I were to go to shape and type in 0.25, it'll pull up this block here. So in the original video I made of me building this, I used a half block. As you can see here, it's not as effective to repair that blade trap below or throw grenades compared to this 0.25 one. And as you can see, once again, it's simpler for me to look down. I'm still not going to fall down here into this pocket. There's more room for me to throw grenades, etc. So the only other thing that was done here was I upgraded the arrow slits and this pole right here on either side to steel. And that is what I would do, say if it's, you know, later in the game and I have steel available, as I'm not gonna waste steel on the entire structure. I'm probably just gonna leave it concrete, as it'll do the job, and these will be the main blocks getting attacked. Perfect. So from this point here, I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the quick tour for anybody just joining in. Okay, so let's do a quick tour of this base just before we start Horde Night. And what I'm going to do here is just start off in the basement to give you an idea of how this is set up. So, in the basement here, this is where we will stash bed rolls and where we have our power and everything wired up. Once again, if you want to see how everything is wired up, please check the description below for the link to the previous video. That will show you how everything is built, and there's even a chapter in there that is specifically called wiring. So, I'm going to go ahead and just turn this on here. And make sure I close all these guys here. And we're going to hop up into the main base. Alright. And we have a few positions for fighting here. So, on either side, we have this main one here, where somebody can repair blade traps, throw grenades, or get headshots to the zombies coming up the ramps. We have another position here for a player to fire at basically either of the staircases where the zombies are coming up. And it's the exact same setup on this side here. So that's what makes it a 6-player base. Now, the thing that makes it a 1 to 6 player base is the sheer fact that with this setup here, what I can do is open these hatches on this side here. If all of these hatches are open here, zombies will not see this as a viable path. So if it's just me inside the base, I will be inside, standing about here, and taking care of the zombies coming up these sets of ramps right here. Because all of these hatches will be closed, and that is going to make them path up these ramps and towards this entryway here. Okay, so the other thing is, as you'll notice, this little overhang here. So if I were to jump, that's going to prevent zombies from stacking on one another's head, and it's going to be easier for me to get headshots here. Now, if I step too close to this here. Just turn this off. Okay, there we go. I will be getting zapped by the electric fence post that is wired from the basement all the way to the electric fence post in this overhang. That's going to stun lock the zombie and make it easier for me to get a headshot and just prevent them from actually attacking these blocks here. Any of the other zombies that will be trying to push this one will fall off the edge here and will start to get chopped by that blade trap. Probably won't finish them, but it'll do some damage as they fall and try to path back up to attack me once again. Okay, so let's just go back inside here. Once again, the fence post is actually wired up so I can easily see it here. So on Horde Night, if this thing starts taking damage for whatever reason, I'm right here. I can repair it. Perfect. So let's go up to the roof. If I stop jumping on the ladder, there we go. And on the roof here, we have 2 SMG turrets and 2 spotlights on either side. So, you know, if this is one player doing this, one of these sides aren't going to be really getting utilized to the full potential. Any zombies spawning on one side here, even though they'll be pathing to the side that the player will be on, they'll get a few shots off, but chances are it won't drain the actual turret. The side where the zombies will be coming, however, you can probably expect those turrets to run out of ammo at some point, especially if it's going to be day 70 or day 700. Now, these bars here, pretty self-explanatory, I think. But essentially what will happen is vultures tend to come and try to attack you on Horde Night as well. So, on Horde Night, vultures may be flying overhead, but what I can do is simply look up from this position and shoot them here. Other than that, I have a few wall saves in each corner located above the windows. And that's just to store, you know, anything that you may need, extra ammo, health kits, repair items, things like that. So, that is the quick tour of this Horde base. And what I will do next is just to show you what kind of gear I'm going to be rocking, what points I put in, and the game stage. And after that point, we'll go ahead and start Horde Night. Okay, so I did want to do a quick rundown on the items I will be using. First off, let's just go ahead and take a look. I am level 88 right now, and that will make this game stage 109, which will basically just mean that, you know, zombies that would spawn on day 7 aren't going to be the only zombies spawning in. We're going to get more difficult zombies this way. And I've gone ahead and I put those points into things I think I would normally play through. So I have, once again, I'm normally a builder, so I have Miner 69 or Motherlode, Sexual Tyrannus, as I'm always harvesting resources. Other than that, I have maxed out Advanced Engineering as well. And the weapon of choice usually for me is the AK-47. So I maxed out Fortitude and Machine Gunner, and then I also decided to put some points into, well, just 1 point into Gunslinger, Run and Gun, and of course, a few points into, sorry, where are you? The Penetrator as well. So then this way it will ignore some of the armor rating. So that is what I'm using in terms of skill points. Once again, going back to the gear, I'm going to be using the AK with 3 stacks of 7.62, the pistol with 2 stacks of 9mm, the baseball bat, a stack of grenades, and a stack of Molotovs for fun. I've got all of my repair items, as well as the actual tool I will be repairing with, a stack of food, stack of water, and some first aid kits. So that's everything there. Oh, except for, once again, let's just take a look here, what I'm wearing. So I have a military helmet level 2 with a flashlight mod, or helmet light mod, sorry, a hooded sweater, BDU bottoms, and level 5 leather boots. So that is all I'm going to be rocking. I will have cheats on for Horde Night, but I'm going to turn God mode off. I just need them on so I could possibly do a little bit of a fly around, just to show everybody how the zombies are pathing, where they're spawning from, etc. So, at this point, I think let's go ahead and start this party up. Okay, so I am currently outside of my body, just taking a look around in the free camera mode, and I just wanted to show as the zombies spawn in here that they will not be pathing to this side here, even though I am positioned over there. They will all be pathing up this way here, and you know what? I better get right into it. I forgot to do was lock the ammo. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and do it on either side here. I know I said I wouldn't use guns, but I decided to do that moment in time. I decided to go ahead and speed up the video, since this is day 700, and I imagine this horde is going to take quite a while to get through. I'm also going to hold off from making commentary during this section, and I'll let the music do the talking for me. So sit back and enjoy. Alright, so there are a couple things that I definitely noticed that need to be fixed up here. One is going to be extending this all the way to the top. And then that way, for instance, a cop can't just somehow glitch out, fall into that, which I didn't even think was possible. But hey, this game always has ways of surprising me. Other than that, it looks as though... I'm not entirely sure what... Oh, yeah, so it was the electric fence post that blew up inside that was acting as a relay for this relay. So there's another consideration. It was a cop that actually blew up that caused that thing to take damage. So I'm actually surprised that that happened. It could have been just simply because I wasn't really trying to take him out fast enough and let him explode. I was kind of hanging back and just taking pot shots, so more testing. So some things worked, some things failed. I mean, for the most part, looking at the damage of the actual base, there's really not a heck of a lot of damage to what I thought it would be. Also, there wasn't really much in terms of zombies spawning. I thought it was actually going to be a lot more difficult than that and a lot more zombies. Chances are I needed to up the difficulty setting and also the amount of zombies that spawn in. I mean, that was a day 700 horde apparently, and definitely didn't feel like it. It felt a little less than that, that's for sure. So I was expecting them to still actually be trying to spawn in and attack me even now. But, well, at least I got to test it. That's the main thing. Takeaway, yeah, it seems to work. Is there room for improvement? Absolutely. However, I think this is a pretty good horde base to start, especially for somebody like me who's a builder. I'd probably be building this, you know, in a similar location. That's actually why I built it here. And actually start this off as a mini base and then move all of my forges, workbenches, etc. out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that, maybe even had a laugh. Until next time, take care, survivors.